Hello, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube. Myself, Mark Harlaw, and Mr. Riley Finch. Mate, we've just signed another player this year, our first in terms of the January transfer period, even though it's not, slightly before January, but it's a player I've been working on for a while. Luizao, I believe you pronounce it, mate. He's a defender from Brazil, Sao Paulo. He's come from, he's a 20-year-old centre-back. And now I believe he's going into the academy, which is interesting. He's going into the academy, but I believe he's also considered a hot prospect. What's your thoughts on him, mate? Is he someone that you've been keeping track of? Because obviously we have been linked with him. I know we broke it at the beginning of November, so it's someone we've sort of been keeping an eye on for a little while. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, well, I'm very upset, mate, because I saw the Brazilian, I saw the eyes, and I thought Neymar's coming to West Ham. It must be. It's got to be Neymar.
Well, that's next week, mate.
Yeah, but unfortunately, no, it's not Neymar. But yeah, it seems like a bit of a sort of meh transfer, and like he's not going to come into the first team. It doesn't seem like he's not being bought as a Dawson replacement. He seems like he's being bought as like an academy prospect sort of player, and we all know how those sort of turn out. So I don't know the fee. I don't know what the fee is. It's not believed to be huge. He is regarded as a good defender. He's probably got the makings of a good defender, but I just worry he's going to be another sort of, we bring him into the academy and then he never really, we bought Carl Darso or whatever his name was, and he sort of sat in the academy for ages and then left. That's the sort of vibe I get from it. But who knows? Maybe Moyes has got bigger plans for him, which would obviously be quite good.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. So, like you say, it is one of those sort of, it's hard to get very excited about. When the second one you hear them say, well, they're not going into the first team, they're going to go straight to the academy, you naturally kind of go, oh, okay, fine. That doesn't sound overly exciting. But I suppose the exciting thing about this player is, apparently Rob Newman's been working on it for a long time, desperately trying to get in. Apparently as well that the clubs we've beaten to get to his signature include Juventus, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon. I think Wolves were very, very keen. So it's not as if it was just a case that no one was really interested and we've gone in and taken him. I think we've worked very hard at trying to get his signature. So that kind of does lead you to believe that he obviously has a bright future. They consider that he's going to be a big player in the years to come. But I suppose being 20, you do sort of think, well, really, is he not ready for the first team yet? But possibly they just need to sort of toughen him up maybe to English football first, and then before they can start integrating him with the first team. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we don't know, do we? We never know with these players. I mean, he could turn out to be the next Declan Rice, for all we know. Do you know what I mean? We just don't know. Yeah, absolutely. It's the up. You just don't know. So, I mean, we just don't know, do we? Like, that's the thing. You got. It's hard to say, but as I say, the only thing that does make me quite excited about it is, and I know that the club have been working on it for so long. And when I was speaking to X about it, he did say that he was considered like Rob Newman's key target when he was out in Brazil. That he really wanted to get the deal done. So that kind of does lead you to believe that there's obviously something about this player they really, really like. I don't know the ins and outs of the deal. I believe the contract length's about 3.5 years. Now, X hasn't confirmed that, and I think he's going to get that confirmed because the club haven't officially announced it, I don't believe, just yet. We've got it a little bit early, which is quite exciting. But I believe it's going to be around the sort of 3 to 4 year mark, his agreement. And I don't know what the deal was on the fee. I believe that they were hoping, West Ham were saying there shouldn't be any compensation involved. I think it was due to his age and stuff, but I think the club felt that they were owed compensation. I think West Ham then went back and said, well, no, you can have a sell-on fee. That's your compensation. And I think that's what the negotiation's been. So it'd be quite interesting to see what it is. But if there was money exchanged, I don't think we're talking big numbers. But fair play to the lad as well. I mean, you've got to think, 20 years old, young player, considered a very hot prospect out in Brazil, to make a switch to West Ham. I appreciate it's, more money in Premier League, etc. But it's quite a big thing, isn't it, for a player of that age to travel across the world and to apply their trade in Stratford, and sunny old Stratford. So yeah, fair play to him. And
it's a massive upgrade for him. Stratford from the sunny bits of Brazil.
Oh, exactly.
But I mean, I think also one thing to notice is that it seems like Moyes maybe knows that there is business to be done in January, and maybe he's getting a head start. I mean, I don't want to read too much into that because we know David Moyes, we know what he's about.
Yeah.
Normally, West Ham move quite late in the transfer window. Normally, we're not very organised, but he knows Dawson wants to leave, so he knows he needs to get a replacement for Dawson.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the replacement for Dawson, but it seems like we're already thinking about it because we've already signed someone before the transfer window started. So hopefully this is not just a positive sign in terms of the player, but a positive sign in terms of, that it shows a statement of intent that we're going to go out in January and pick out some players that we might need. But you never know with West Ham, do you?
No, I mean, we are going to do a separate video on January. We have got some interesting players, definitely. I do think there will be some business done in January. I don't know. I don't think it'll be anything overly wild and exciting, but I still think that West Ham will try and do some business where they can, because obviously we do need some patching up in a couple of places, I think, in the club, and possibly and I actually do think, not, when you talk about transfers, you do need it. You need to keep freshening up the place. You do need to have a couple of faces arrive here and there, because I just think it just boosts morale to play. So it just gives a little bit of excitement to the club. I think that helps the players excite. I just believe, and the fans. It gets the fans on the side a little bit excited. So
is there not enough fresh faces in the club at the moment?
Well, we have, but we did it in one hit, didn't we? And obviously now we've had a massive, a massive disappointment. Sorry, to the start of the season. A tough few months. So I just think that the January might just provide a little bit of opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I don't think the club are going to go out and sign Neymar, like you say, but I think the club could be in a position possibly to put up a couple of loan deals for a couple of maybe some decent Premier League players that could just possibly come in and do a decent job for us. And let's be honest, I never want to turn my nose up at those sort of things now, because we've been bitten before. I mean, how many, look at Craig Dawson. He was one player that we all went, oh God, what's this about? Why are we doing this? And it turned out to be, a fantastic signing. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, but I do think that we could do with a little bit of strengthening here and there. So yeah, but obviously we'll cover that in another video. But yeah, Luizao, mate, and he's a West Ham player. So yeah, happy days.
Yeah, but hopefully we see more of him, mate.
I hope so, mate. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.